Hello and welcome back to Pro Evolution Soccer 2021, the FUMA Master League full manual. We've got our first win of the season in the FA Cup, beating Norwich in the last episode. And we're going to a bit more of a traditional episode now. 2 games back-to-back, highlights only. West Ham at Selhurst Park and then Southampton at... playing Southampton at Southampton, actually. So we've got a midday kickoff against West Ham in London on the 24th of October. So let's get into that. I've done a lot of admin. I've offered new contracts out to those that want them all on reduced wages. So hopefully we will get a little bit of that as well. A very defensive lineup here for West Ham. We're sticking with the same lineup that beat Norwich. So I just think I might bring in... they will get a bit of a drop-off, actually, although Jack Butland is really up for the game. Do we play Jack Butland? They've brought in Kouyaté. I'm wondering, do we get a big drop-off with Eze back? We get a little drop-off. To be fair, I think everybody that won that game probably deserves to be in it. We'll put Butland on the bench for now. Dodo can stay off. Max Meyer might actually be... Yeah, Max Meyer gets us a bit of a bonus chemistry. Team Spirit, Dave. It's Team Spirit. It's not FIFA. Team Spirit. And I think we'll keep everybody else as it is on the bench. I don't think anybody else needs to really come on the bench. Striking options, which is good. Let's get into it. We're on a bit of a high. Aren't we, after that win? I just need to check. Did we turn off... Are these all set up? Centering target, stacking fullbacks, counter target. Yeah, okay. Let's... Well, let's go. West Ham coming to Crystal Palace and Selhurst Park. Let's see how we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. And a storm is brewing over Selhurst Park and hopefully Ruud Gullit. It's a storm of fortuitousness, which is a terrible sentence to say. But we appear from the wall again here at Selhurst Park, and it's Crystal Palace versus West Ham United. The floodlights are on for this midday kickoff because the skies are dark. The rain is falling. And let's get the game underway. Joel Ward plays the ball up straight away. Max Meyer, there's a bit of space here. Benteke with a fierceful shot. And well, the keeper's come a long way. Randolph gets a punch on it. But Eze jumped into him a little bit late. But a promising start from Crystal Palace, getting a shot off early as Randolph here went for the flying punch. And yeah, Eze just caught him a little bit late. Bit of a soft free kick. But you know that if you touch the goalkeeper these days, a free kick will be given as Randolph gets the game back underway. It'll be interesting to see how this starts. Ruud Gullit's team will be buzzing off that first win. Benteke with the back heel and a little bit of lack of communication, but Crystal Palace getting through to the next round of the FA Cup, beating Norwich City in the previous round through extra time. Norwich City were pretty desperate to get that win, but that's a great interception there from Van Aanholt as Eze is going to get onto this one, and he's got Townsend square. Townsend hits it. Great save from Randolph, and this Crystal Palace team do feel like they're flowing a bit better now. Morale boosting win in the FA Cup as that's a good ball through from Van Aanholt. Eze just got there first, stinked it through to Townsend. First time shot, good save from Randolph. And it remains 0-0. But a corner to Crystal Palace as Townsend will fling this one in. And there's someone through the back post. It's Benteke, I think. Beaten in the air though. It was Wilf Zaha actually, and Randolph with an easy catch. Eze tries to play it into Zaha. Ogbonna with the interception, and Crystal Palace have thrown a few men forward on that one, maybe out of position. Damari Gray, signed from Leicester City. Declan Rice takes over. Thomas Soucek up to Robert Snodgrass, in towards Mikel Antonio. Declan Rice, that's a good ball, looking for Snodgrass, but it's going to go out of play, and a good bit of defending there from Crystal Palace. Held it off well. Joel Ward picks out Eze with a crossfield pass. Van Aanholt back to Eze. Just a little bit of patience. Eze nearly dropping the shoulder and getting past Soucek there. But a good tackle. He would have been through and running at the defence. Sacco. Milivojevic. Eze. Can't flick it on once more. Sacco puts in a challenge again. But that's going to fall nicely for Townsend. Back to Eze. Benteke. Townsend winds up a left-footed shot but goes past the post. And again, positive signs from Crystal Palace. Mikel Antonio tries to put a ball through to Damari Gray. Joel Ward is getting back at the young English winger. That's the ball towards the back post, and Snodgrass attacked it well. Van Aanholt challenged him in the air. Antonio just has got Cahill for company. Crosses blocked. It's going to fall for Kufal with a shot, and Guita with a good save. Guita undoubtedly Palace's number one, holding off competition from Jack Butland and Wayne Hennessy. We had to really see Hennessy in this season under Ruud Gullit. Not fancied by the Dutch manager. As Zaha tries to flick that one first time in towards Eze, but it's a good interception from Soucek. Antonio back to Declan Rice, and West Ham aren't afraid to chuck midfielders forward in this situation as it goes through to Antonio again. Nice back heel into Snodgrass. Snodgrass keeps going, gives it back to Antonio, and last ditch tackle from Mamadou Sakho makes a difference there as Max Meyer comes forward with it. Looks to ping that one into Benteke. Tried to put it through to Zaha, but Benteke not doing really his wingers the justice they deserve with their runs. He's not holding it up well enough and looking for a first time pass. Soucek looks to dink that towards Gray. Lovely touch to bring it down in towards Declan Rice. Backheel shot. Antonio on the rebound. Clever thinking from Declan Rice, and West Ham United out of pretty much nothing. They've offered not that much today, and it's Mikel Antonio who opens the scoring. In form, Antonio. West Ham are up near the top of the table, and it was Soucek here. Lovely ball out to Demarai Gray. Great touch. Put it into Rice, who just held it up. A cheeky back heel effort caught Guita off guard, and the sliding Cahill couldn't keep that out from Mikel Antonio, and it is 1-0 West Ham. Van Arnold into Eze. Milivojevic up to Benteke, and most things are going through Townsend today. Benteke just couldn't bring that one down. Joel Ward has held a position a bit more advanced on the right hand side. Looks to shake off Creswell. Goes back to Milivojevic. And Milivojevic with a shot, not the best. Goes past the post. He got his body angle all wrong there. Joel Ward, good bit of hold-up play on the right-hand side. Just dropped the shoulder, got away from Creswell to a yard of space. Milivojevic fancied it, opened it up, but goes past the post. Thomas Soucek is just cutting everything out in midfield for West Ham. What a ball that is from Demarai Gray. Antonio's in, and Guita with a good save. Keeping it at 1-0 to West Ham. Should have been 2, really. And Crystal Palace are going to look to launch a counter-attack of their own. Joel Ward does really well to keep that one in. Puts a cross into the box towards Benteke. It's actually made its way through to Zaha. Couldn't get the shot off. Bono with a good block on the shot from the Crystal Palace captain for today's game. Zaha seems to have replaced Milivojevic as club captain as Declan Rice lays it off to Soucek. And an end-to-end game in the early part of this one. That's played up the line. Benteke looking for Townsend, who nearly gets on the end of that interception. Mikel Antonio turns Mamadou Sakho really well. Joel Ward misjudges the flight of that one. Demarai Gray tries to put a cross in. Joel Ward gets there. Townsend in a race with Declan Rice. Declan Rice wins it. Demarai Gray again gets round Joel Ward. Puts that ball in. Snodgrass with the header over the bar. Joel Ward invited forward again. This 5 at the back for West Ham proving difficult to break down, and Mikel Antonio doing some great defensive work there for his team as well. Snodgrass lays it back to Kufal. They go long, and Gary Cahill wins the header. Eze picks up the pass into Zaha. Zaha looks to turn away from Egbonna. Tries to put it through towards Townsend, but it's cleared away. 5 minutes to go in the first half, and again Crystal Palace huffing and puffing, but just struggling to break through this 5 at the back for West Ham United, as Benteke will get that, flicks it on Zaha. Did manage to remain onside. Wilfried Zaha gets a shot off Eze. Picks up the loose ball. Just trying to hold Soucek off and get a bit of space. He does. Declan Rice also makes a good tackle on the ball. Benteke couldn't get the space for the shot, and Balbuena gets that last ditch tackle in, and again it's just maybe looking for a bit of more pace up front rather than Benteke. We'll have to see what Gullit's going to do at half time. As Demarai Gray battles well with Sakho and comes away with the ball onto his right foot. Antonio gets in front of his man, and Guita, good hands there from the Crystal Palace goalkeeper as Max Meyer brings this one away. Zaha into Benteke. He can turn and just got the pass completely wrong. I saw Townsend had moved and still passed it into the space where he was. So at half time it's 1-0 West Ham. That Mikel Antonio goal is the difference. It's a relatively even game if you don't look at shots on target, but let's see what the second half holds. So substitution at half time. Bruno Enrique comes on, still looking for his first goal for the club, but he comes on to replace Benteke in the centre forward role for Ruud Gullit's men, as Max Meyer gets Patrick Van Aanholt to come forward with it. Good running from the fullback. Zaha looking to turn away, puts it in. Eze has a shot, well blocked by Declan Rice, and Crystal Palace will take the corner from that one. Again, it's good build-up play. It's good build-up play from Crystal Palace. They are enjoying this when they get runners forward, and you can tell Gullit has told them to come out in the second half with a bit more of an attacking mentality. But Declan Rice closes down Eze well first there, as Andros Townsend will look to ping this one in. And it goes up. Declan Rice wins the header. Van Aanholt will keep this alive. Lays it back. Max Meyer. Meyer with a shot, and it's over the bar. Couldn't get a dipping angle on it, and Darren Randolph's goal is pretty much untroubled. Van Aanholt kept it alive. Meyer pulled off to the edge of the box and just weighed up his options. It was a decent effort, but a little bit too hard towards Randolph's goal. Gary Cahill brings the ball out from defence, looks down the line for the runner of Van Aanholt and finds him. Van Aanholt turns, looking for some movement, lays it back to Max Meyer. Max Meyer sees the runner Joel Ward, but it's Townsend that gets on the end of the pass. Oh, and it was trying to get into the feet of Bruno Enrique, but couldn't quite get there. Antonio out to Snodgrass. There's a big switch of play on, and Joel Ward's got to get back into position. He's up against the speedy Demarai Gray, who is out accelerating him. That should be easy for Guaita, and is. And Crystal Palace will look to launch a quick attack again, as that's overhit, and Demarai Gray showing his defensive work, but not too much about his awareness as Milivojevic comes forward. Bruno Enrique trying to lay it out to Patrick Van Aanholt, just gets the pass wrong though. And West Ham hold on. There is life in Crystal Palace yet though, there is. Van Aanholt tries to put the ball in towards the box, Diop with a good header away. Eze tries to keep it alive, but Creswell covers the pass. And West Ham are deep in their own half. Diop goes long, looking for Antonio. Good header in the air from Cahill. Clever pass that from Townsend to release Van Aanholt, who can come forward. He's got Snodgrass for company. Ball through! Oh, and he's just offside, Enrique. It was a great run. Picked out really well by Van Aanholt, but just delayed offside. A good line from West Ham. And it's those fine margins that are costing Crystal Palace at the moment. Max Meyer picks up the loose ball in midfield. He's got runners in front of him, but Balbuena, really good positioning again from the West Ham defenders. Max Meyer. Eze tries to backheel into Townsend, a little bit too elaborate. As Demarai Gray keeps that one alive for West Ham. Creswell forced whacked backwards by Milivojevic. Diop on the ball, goes long towards Antonio again. Gary Cahill wins another header. He's been an absolute rock at the back for West Ham in this game. As Van Aanholt comes forward, ball forward, looking for Zaha. Turned the wrong way though, Wilfred Zaha. And Antonio picks up the ball, and that's a lovely ball through to Demarai Gray, and Crystal Palace could be in trouble here. Demarai Gray holds him off into Antonio. Antonio shoots, good block on it from Sacco. Goes behind, 20 minutes to go. Double substitution by Crystal Palace then, as Dodo comes on to replace Ward, who's been given a bit of a torrid time by Demarai Gray. And it's Onaku on, Kouyaté on for Milivojevic in the centre of midfield, as West Ham go reasonably close with that corner. Headed over the bar, Guaita had it covered. It remains 1-0 to West Ham. Have Crystal Palace got enough about them? And I forgot it's on full manual, so I've passed it straight out of play for a blooming throw into West Ham deep in our half. Shocking. Going to go long towards Antonio. Cahill wins the header. It's cleared away, and now there is a bit of space here as Townsend can't quite get on that pass from Eze. Eze's making himself a bit of a mainstay in this team for Crystal Palace this season. Another good header from Gary Cahill. It's picked up well that by Enrique. Feeds it up to Townsend. Van Aanholt robbed by Kufau really easily, just pushed off the ball as Demarai Gray holds off Kouyaté, and you can see Crystal Palace trying to press the ball a little bit higher up the pitch now. Balbuena back to Diop. Diop panics his clearance, and Townsend has picked this one up. He's got a long way to go, Townsend. Shot is blocked. Van Aanholt keeps it alive, but gets his header wrong. Ogbonna out to Demarai Gray. Kouyaté, fresh legs on, is going to try and help defensively over there. Snodgrass looked offside, but he's not been flagged as off. Guaita comes out. It's another fantastic save from the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. And the defence really do have him to thank for today's scoreline remaining as it is, and giving Crystal Palace a chance. Van Aanholt take too long with the pass, and now he's going to be caught well out of position. Susek up to Snodgrass. Snodgrass trying to get around him. Van Aanholt gets back at him, and Kufel has a shot. It's going to be another corner to West Ham. Snodgrass to take the corner. West Ham all lined up along the 6-yard box. Gary Cahill wins another one. It's bouncing around, and Guaita will get there and going to try and launch a counter-attack with a long throw up towards Zaha. Good first touch. He's got runners in front of him, Zaha. He dribbles around Declan Rice. Overhits the pass though, couldn't find Townsend. Demarai Gray into Rice again, and there's lots of space on this side for Snodgrass where Van Aanholt couldn't get back. Cahill's had to come over and cover. And again, he's got to be man of the match for Crystal Palace here. And time is running out. 10 minutes to go. Van Aanholt comes forward with the ball. Looks into Bruno Henrique. Round the corner, but balance and body position all wrong again. Snodgrass comes forward. Van Aanholt doesn't have the energy to get back. Antonio again tackled by Gary Cahill. It goes up the line. Zaha, he's got runners. One of them is Eze, who looked like he was caught from behind. Referee says play on. And Antonio goes into Demarai Gray. He had Snodgrass there. Sacco had to get that right. Kouyaté. It's a frantic end to the game for Crystal Palace. Dodo. In it goes. Round the corner. And Zaha just couldn't sort his feet out for that one. Good header from Max Meyer. Eze. Van Aanholt. Zaha. Townsend with a shot. It's a flying effort and it goes past the post. It was a well-worked move, but Max Meyer won the header into Eze. And it was laid off here into Bruno Henrique. He was a dummy runner, and Townsend just couldn't bend his foot around the ball. It remains 1-0 West Ham, who have done a bit of a smash and grab, you have to say. 3 minutes to go. Eze brings that ball down really well, but again the through ball is just overhit. Can Zaha get there? He does get there ahead of Kufal. Dinks it across. Townsend can't get there. Eze will keep it alive. Lays it off. Dodo puts it in. Looking for Henrique. Dodo again. Eze. Van Aanholt. Zaha shot deflected and Randolph dives on the ball. And part of you has to have a sorry feeling here for Crystal Palace. They've worked so hard. So hard. They've tested Randolph a few times, but they just haven't had that luck up front as Kouyaté can't nick the ball there, and you would think that Snodgrass will hold on to this and that will be the game. Van Aanholt has been up and down this left-hand side. Struggling now to get back as the full-time whistle goes. It's 1-0 West Ham. So unlucky for Crystal Palace. They played really well. They fought hard. Defended well. 10 shots each, but again, only 3 on target. Crystal Palace, it's going in the right direction, but is Gullit going to be given enough time to see it through? That's the question. So no need to look at the table. We know we sit at the bottom of the table. This is a huge game. Southampton are down there with us, and we just need to make sure this happens. So MacArthur is fully fit. Scouting results, we've got Sensei has been found, and then this will be responses to lots of contract offers. So Schlupp ended abruptly. His salary was too low. Klein regard. The finalised terms, it looks like a negotiation is a bit of a snag. Open to extension, doesn't believe your initial offer reflects its value. Ended abruptly. I offered everybody a pay decrease, so it wouldn't surprise me if everybody rejects. We'll go back in. So, Brentford for Joel Ward, interesting. And yeah, okay. So, I've gone too low ball with all my offers to try and save some cash, but Southampton on 3 points. If we beat them, we'll go level on points, which is a bit depressing. But we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah. I'll go and have a look at all these. I'll do all this admin again offline after the next game. But it's interesting. It's an interesting turn of events for Crystal Palace. Let's get into the game against Southampton. And by the way, if you're new to this and you think that I'm just terrible, really terrible at PES, we're playing on full manual, which means it's really difficult. There's no assist for passing or shooting, which means it's a lot harder to score goals. And if I put pass assist on, I'd very much be at the top of the league, I'd say. Near the top, probably somewhere with Crystal Palace. But anyway, let's go and look. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you hit, again, it's like 35, 40 likes. If we're hitting that, generally you're getting daily videos. But we'll see how it goes. I won't be able to keep it up daily all the time because these ones actually have a lot more editing than it appears. But right, we're going to start Batch UI up front. Butland's going to come in goal. Van Aanholt can have a rest after his superb performances, really. Schlupp is down, which is annoying. Mitchell's going to come in. MacArthur is back from injury, so he'll come in to replace Kouyaté. He'll go on the bench. I just want... Will Kouyaté go on the bench? Because we've got Max Meyer on the bench, so he might not be needed, actually. So let's go and put... Does Max Meyer give us a if we move him into centre mid, it's still 72. We're going to drop Milivojevic for a game, I think. Let's push Eze up a little bit. We'll start Townsend and Zaha a little bit wider, although they will cut inside because of the formation we play. And Sacco, Cahill, they're all doing okay. It's my Eze. We'll start with that. I could start Benteke. It does give us a boost in team spirit. Batshuayi's done all right off the bench. Well, no one's done all right, but they're playing a 4-4-2. Hopefully we can play through their lines if they're playing a 4-4-2. Let's get into it and find out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a snowy St Mary Stadium, and that doesn't look anything like St Mary Stadium, but it is in the mod, and that's how it's been built, so there we go. There's the Southampton team photo happening on the side, and Crystal Palace are determined to get out of this rut of league form they're currently in. Only one win this season, and that was against Norwich in the FA Cup. Southampton and Crystal Palace both struggling this season. Southampton, 3 points in the league. Crystal Palace, none. Let's see how the game unfolds. So the youngster Mitchell coming in for his debut for Crystal Palace. Only young, but quite highly regarded within the Palace coaching setup, and has been impressing in the youth teams. And here he is on the ball into MacArthur. Obviously the big talking point, Milivojevic completely dropped from the starting 11 today as Townsend tries to feed the ball in towards Joel Ward, as Bertrand just has the pace to get there first, and Stevens finds Redmond, and front two of Long and Danny Ings for Southampton today. You would like to think that the long balls will be cut out, and Mitchell, great challenge in there from the youngster, doing really well. Max Meyer picks up the ball, looks for Wilfried Zaha, who keeps his spot on this left-hand side, and Gullit did trial and mess around with a 4-4-2 diamond, but at the moment seems to be favouring the 4-3-3 that they're a bit more traditional with, Crystal Palace. As Redmond in, shoots, good block on it, and Butland is untroubled as that flies past the goal for a corner. Ward-Prowse with the corner, swings it in, and well, a very good header away by Sacco, and Townsend looks to put it up towards Zaha into Eze. Eze tries to feed it back to Zaha, and a mistake by Valery, and Zaha is in on goal. Zaha dinks the goalkeeper, and it's 1-0 Crystal Palace. And the fight at the bottom of the table is advantage Crystal Palace, and Wilfried Zaha, captain, scores the goal. A lovely little dink over the goalkeeper. Wonderful resilience to keep battling, and it's a counter-attack from a corner. Eze put it through, Valery made the mistake, and Wilfried Zaha took his time, dinked it over the goalkeeper, and there is nothing that Alex McCarthy could do with that. 1-0 Crystal Palace in the snow on the south coast of England, and just a terrible mistake from Valery. As Zaha pounced, he ran through on goal, and a lovely little outside of the boot dink over the goalkeeper. 1-0 Crystal Palace. Max Meyer up to the goal scorer Zaha. Valery gets back at him well this time. Ward-Prowse takes over the ball. Redmond, there's a lot of space on this opposite wing, but they go long, and Gary Cahill is going to mop them up all day. He's been absolutely solid at the back for Crystal Palace this season. Terrible pass into the forwards though from MacArthur. Shane Long does get round him, but well, great tracking back from Joel Ward there. Terrible pass though. Shane Long finds himself in a bit of space, and there's options here, and Danny Ings is in, and just like that it's 1-1. And when two teams are going to make mistakes at the back like that, they're going to get punished, and Danny Ings makes it 1-1. Joel Ward defensively did really well, but the pass into Eze was terrible. Shane Long just held it up, laid it into Danny Ings, a rifled finish past Jack Butland, and it's 1-1 here now. Eze into Townsend, on one more to Joel Ward. Has to go back towards Max Meyer. Back to Sacco. Crystal Palace happy to keep possession here. Gary Cahill into Mitchell. Mitchell comes forward. Looks for Zaha. Valery manages to get a touch on it. So did, I think it's Stevens in central midfield as that goes long. Max Meyer can get there first. Mitchell looks to put a ball into a bit of space for Townsend to attack, but Bertrand has enough about him to bring that down and deal with it rather easily. Shane Long is tackled by Gary Cahill though, as Max Meyer comes forward, hits that straight into the legs of Ward-Prowse. Danny Ings, Gineppo on this right hand side, not seen too much of him. That's, well, it's not a good pass, but Joel Ward has completely misjudged that, and Nathan Redmond is going to come round him, plays it into Danny Ings, looked offside, referee says play on. Gary Cahill catches him late. Shane Long, what a save from Jack Butland, and well, Mitchell has the thought and pace of mind to get that away, and Zaha can see the run of Townsend, who doesn't win the header, but Bednarek's there to cover. Zaha into Valery. Gnabry up against Mitchell. Valery is there again. Shane Long has pulled a little bit wide. Gary Cahill will read that poor pass and just lay that one back to Butland, who will put his foot through it and go up towards Benteke. Good flick on to Townsend, and then another misplaced pass between the front three. Gnabry. Great tackle from MacArthur, who then uses a nice bit of footwork to get past Shane Long. Puts it in towards Mitchell, but the pass is overhit once again. Armstrong. Shane Long looks to turn away, and well, MacArthur is in an unfamiliar position here at left back, but luckily Sacco at the back defends it well. Another poorly placed pass through midfield. Ward-Prowse flicks that in. Nathan Redmond shoots just past the post. A very good effort from the winger there of Southampton. Remains 1-1 here at St Mary's. Mitchell plays the ball down the line looking for Zaha. Zaha trying to maybe trick his way around. He's got Mitchell back there. Mitchell can take his time on way up across in. He looks for Townsend, and it's bouncing around. And once again, Crystal Palace just don't get the run of the green for those second balls as they go long. Cahill should win that one. Does. MacArthur into Max Meyer. Benteke. Eze. Andros Townsend just holds up the ball, waiting for some movement. Lays it back to Max Meyer. Max Meyer holds off the tackle there, and Eze's done well to keep that ball alive. Mitchell. A good defensive shape from Southampton. Benteke. Zaha has a shot. It's blocked. Townsend keeps it alive. Zaha is there, but he's offside. And it was a good effort from Zaha. Good link-up play with Benteke there. Crystal Palace seem to be rushing it a little bit. 33 minutes gone, 1-1. Entertaining game here at St Mary's. Max Meyer, it's a poor pass. He was looking for the run of Benteke, who had made the movement and wasn't utilised. Mitchell, though, great interception there from Mitchell. As Eze gets the ball and turns straight into Armstrong. Long. He's got Danny Ings making a move in front of him. Danny Ings lays that out to Gnabry, and Crystal Palace have, for the first time, really getting a little bit stretched. But Cahill again. Tell you what, he's earning himself a new contract at the moment. Zaha tries to turn away from Armstrong and does so brilliantly. Eze flicks on one more. Ward. Joel Ward. Benteke couldn't stretch out a leg and get there first, and there's going to be holes in this Crystal Palace defence as they push people forward. That's good defending though, and Sacco's there to clear it up. Zaha does really well. Gives the ball into the youngster Mitchell. Gives it back to Zaha. And referee is caught very late, Wilfried Zaha there. You can see him getting rid of the ball to draw in the tackle from Armstrong, and it's a talking to for the midfielder. Potentially could have been a yellow card, but Zaha has got the goal and just nicks it away from Armstrong, and then caught very late. Very late. Lucky to get away with a yellow card there as Townsend is over the ball. Looks to put this one in towards Meyer. Bednarek gets a header on it. Bertrand looks to complete the clearance, and Danny Ings beats Joel Ward to the ball, but Joel Ward has done very well there. Eze back to MacArthur. Meyer out to Joel Ward. Into Townsend, but again not the most accurate a pass there, as very easily intercepted. Danny Ings, Joel Ward trying to get back into his right back position. So Danny Ings takes it over again. Ryan Bertrand. Can't imagine Southampton going to fling too many crosses into the box with their lack of height. Sacco goes long looking for Zaha. Can't win the header. Townsend keeping up the pressure as we tick down towards half-time. Gary Cahill wins that header. Redmond up against Ward, who's having a good game against Redmond today. Sacco gets that one away, and there's the half-time whistle. 1-1. Crystal Palace had the lead for 4 minutes before Danny Ings hit back, and it's a very close game at the moment. So Ruud Gullit favours a half-time substitution, but this time it's Eze off and Bruno Enrique on, but straight away Sacco gives away possession to Danny Ings, who's actually got in off the back of him. Danny Ings, and straight away a lack of concentration at the back from Crystal Palace, and Sacco tried to just play an easy pass into Max Meyer, got it completely wrong. Danny Ings, and then Sacco didn't track the run, and that is as simple as you like for Southampton. 2-1, and Crystal Palace have been pretty defensively solid so far, well, not defensively solid this season. They're bottom of the league, but they haven't been all over the place defensively. Yes, that half-time substitution, Bruno Henrique on to replace Eze, who we were saying before has become a mainstay in this Crystal Palace team. Well, they're going to have to do it without him today, as Danny Ings has robbed that off Max Meyer, and Crystal Palace have started this second half not very well. Redmond gets in behind Joel Ward as well, looks to ping out a cross, and Butland claims it very well. Throw in taken, Enrique looks to turn, not enough on that pass, although it did get through. Joel Ward. Benteke, good hold-up play, better, and wins the free kick from Armstrong. Looks to take it quickly into Bruno Henrique. Up it goes towards Mitchell, just played a little bit behind him, and he's going to keep it in. And James MacArthur is on the ball. Looks to dink it over towards Bruno Henrique. Can't get the shot off though. It's going to come back here. Max Meyer into Benteke, who pressures Ward-Prowse but can't get enough on the ball. Danny Ings to turn away. Good tackle from Sacco. Bruno Henrique. Zaha. Benteke turns. Gets pushed off it by Armstrong though. You'd expect better from Christian Benteke. He needs to do more for his team up front. Nice bit of patient play here from Crystal Palace. Has got Mitchell in a good position. Has he got the strength to get away from Valery? He hasn't, and Southampton hold on to the ball, and that was a good patient build-up, but again, the youngster just lacking that bit of strength to get through, and here comes Southampton again, and Sacco being caught out again by Danny Ings' movement as they look forward for Gineppo, who's brought it down well into Shane Long, and Gary Cahill has to cover again. A substitution for Crystal Palace then. Christian Benteke off, and Michy Batshuayi comes on to replace him. And our Crystal Palace ruining not buying a more renowned out-and-out striker in the window. Batshuayi is sure going to try and improve his chances. Gineppo with a shot. What a save from Jack Butland that is. The goalkeeper has been busy today. So a free kick given away by Sacco. Just going to get a talking to, I think. Just caught Nathan Redmond a little bit late out on the wing. Getting a talking to from the referee as we see it here in a replay. Nathan Redmond got the ball back from Ings, and Sacco just sort of led with his shoulder. Caught Redmond there on the shins. Dangerous free kick to Southampton. And just before the free kick can be taken, it's Onyeka on for Max Meyer. And Ruud Gullit signalling his intent to try and get something from this game. 2-1 down at the moment. Ward-Prowse fires in a free kick, and it's headed away well. And is there going to be a chance of a counter-attack on here as Zaha picks up the ball, and he's got Henrique inside of him, but he's got Batshuayi making a really good run as well, and Onyeku's just come on, and Bertrand, what an interception that is. Had to get that spot on as Gineppo is caught underneath the ball. Max Meyer. Townsend. Feeds it through. Batshuayi. Good turn on the ball, and is he caught there? No, Ward-Prowse is still going, and that was a foul from Batshuayi. All a bit congested in the middle of the park at the moment. Redmond back to Bertrand. Back into Redmond's feet. He's got Bertrand outside him and uses him again. Ball in. Cahill catches it, but again it's another late little challenge from Sacco. And I think that's what the Southampton players are saying. It's his second one, ref, as Redmond got rid. It was actually Joel Ward who was a little bit late on him. But free kick in a similar situation to where Crystal Palace just launched a counter-attack from before. Ward-Prowse puts that one in towards Danny Ings. It floats all the way through and goes behind. 20 minutes to go. Zaha picks up the ball. That's given away there by Southampton, but a lack of movement for him as he's caught late. Onyeka has the ball. Trying to trick his way around Bednarak. Looks to put that into the box. It clears everybody, and it's going to go out. Is it going to hit the corner flag? It goes out for a goal kick to Southampton, and a yellow card. A bit too late, I think, as Armstrong slid in late on Zaha there. Probably could have done with a free kick, to be honest, but the referee played on as Onyeka had the ball. 20 minutes to go still. McCarthy goes long with it. Zaha flicks that on well, and Onyeka has pace. He has pace to get in behind. McCarthy's out. It's another little chip, and it is 2-2, and Onyeka gets his first goal for the club. Can you believe this? He goes off to celebrate on the sideline in front of the fans. Henry Onyeka celebrates with Wilfried Zaha. What a goal. And it's come from open play again. 72 minutes gone. And he's got his first goal for the club. It was won by Zaha in the middle of the park. And Onyeka, he has pace. We knew that. And he just gets through. And McCarthy is not going to like the fact he's been chipped twice. 2-2 in this game. Completely end-to-end stuff. As, wow, it's the battle of the teams at the bottom. And you can see that from the level of defending which has been on show today as it goes in towards Danny Ings, who turns, and straight away it's like PES doesn't want me to win. 3-2, just like that. Danny Ings gets a goal. As Walker-Peters comes on to replace Valerie at right back. And again, now Crystal Palace have it all to do. That was an even shorter led lead than the first one they had in the first half. Bruno Henrique feeds it out to Onyeka. Back to Bruno Henrique. Into Townsend. Townsend tries to squeeze it through a gap that wasn't there, and Ward-Prowse can start a counter-attack potentially for Southampton as 78 minutes gone into the final 10 minutes. Bednarak being put under pressure here from the strikers. McCarthy goes long again. It's an easy header for Bruno Henrique. Batshuayi feeds it out to Townsend. Is he fouled? He is fouled by Bertrand, so the potential opportunity here. As they bring on Vestergaard for Bertrand at left back. And Bruno Henrique is going to try and dink this one in. Batshuayi gets up for it. Is it a goal kick or a corner? It's a goal kick. 3-2 to Southampton, 10 minutes to go. Oh, great turn from Batshuayi, and Townsend has space to run into here. Can he get away from Stevens? He's into the box. Townsend cuts it back across, but Bednarak is so well placed to intercept that. Great positioning from the centre-back of Southampton as Gnabry gives it back to Bednarak, who goes long. Shane Long does win the header, but oh no, a bit of confusion there with the control and Joel Ward. Danny Ings picks it up. And well, Crystal Palace look to come again. Bruno Henrique out to Townsend again. Townsend into Batshuayi, just holds it up well and lays it off to Onyeka. Onyeka cuts in field, gets around one, but great tackle from Gnabry. And Shane Long brings this one away. Ward-Prowse, Danny Ings. Tackled well by Joel Ward. To Townsend. To Bruno Henrique. Zaha. Just holding it up, waiting for an option. Onyeka managed to stay onside. The cross hits Walker-Peters. It will be a throw into Crystal Palace. Surely the last roll of the dice now for Crystal Palace. Onyeka takes the throw in. Finds Bruno Henrique. Not too many options here. I think Onyeku's offside. He is offside. Why did I pass that? 3-2. Ah, so irritating that Danny Ings scored right after we scored. Do Crystal Palace have enough time to launch one last attack? Onyeka picks out Bruno Henrique with a lovely pass. And, Bruno Henrique puts it in. Batshuayi. Batshuayi back to Bruno Henrique. Can he keep that in? It's going to just drift out, and it sums up Crystal Palace. Now they play, and it's a yellow card for Mitchell on his debut for the team. Very late into Gnabry earlier on in the attack, but I think that's going to be it, and it's going to finish 3-2, and Crystal Palace are going to find themselves rooted even further away at the bottom of the table now. Joel Ward just humps it long. Batshuayi does flick it on. Walker-Peters is there. Vestergaard has come on and, to be honest, not had too much to do. McCarthy goes long. Shane Long wins the header, and it's 3-2 to Southampton. A hat-trick for Danny Ings. And Crystal Palace I feel so unlucky. So unlucky every time. You switch off for one little bit and they score. You pounce on them, you get good opportunities. It appears lobs. I can score lobs fine on fully manual. Leicester sit top of the league. 4 points adrift at the bottom. We might be going into the Championship with Crystal Palace unless, well, we might get sacked. I don't know if you can get sacked on Master League, but it's so annoying. Scouting results, we found Lopez. Hennessy's in there. National team call-ups as well. We'll do all the negotiations. We'll move on to the next game, which will be in the next episode. And it's going to be against Arsenal, which is going to be very, very difficult. But yeah, it's just a little bit. Derby day? Why is Arsenal a derby? We're going to need to win our games in front of the derby and prove our mettle if we're going to come out on top against Brighton home when the time comes. Well, okay. We're not playing Brighton, we're playing Arsenal. We're playing Arsenal, West Brom and then Brighton. So we've got a while yet. But Zaha's focused, which is alright. But anyway, there you go. I mean, leave a like. We've still got hitting those like targets. Let me know if you're enjoying it. It's tough. We've scored 2 goals from open play. It's just, as you feel like you're getting better, it's just the AI just kicks you when you're down. That goal from Danny Ings straight after we scored was infuriating. But we're still going. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do keep tuning in. The viewers, the subscribers, anyone that's new at the channel, welcome. It's been really, really good. But for now, I'm out. Cheers. Oh, I just knocked my controller off the table.